Hey guys, what's up? My name is Tryston and welcome back to another video. Thank you guys all for showing up. I really do appreciate it. I want to give a really quick shout out to everyone that's been supporting the channel for the past couple of weeks, especially the last couple of weeks, because it's been awesome. These last few videos have been doing pretty good. It got up to about 1,000 views on both, which is awesome. So it's really cool. It shows that there's like a big conversation going on between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. And I don't necessarily agree with what I was talking about in the videos. Both videos I made, I didn't like very much, but I put them up because people wanted to watch it, so I'll admit that. But I just want to say thank you guys for getting me above 300 subscribers. That's awesome. I really do appreciate it. If you guys want to follow me over on Twitter as well and keep up the conversation, my Twitter's down below. I update my Twitter all the time. I have other social media like Instagram and Snapchat, but I don't really update those very much. I really hang on Twitter a lot, and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, so I want to talk about, I've been gone for a week. I haven't made a video in about a week, which I wasn't planning on, but my lighting situation was frustrating. I get frustrated very easily. I couldn't get my lighting set up, so I'm sorry about that. I really do apologize for that. My webcam was like blue. Everything was like blue, so I just gave up for like 3 days, and then I finally was like, you know what, I need to make a video because people are watching them, so I gotta make a video. But I've changed a lot in the last week. So I've only been in the crypto space since about mid-October. Yeah, October. I'm very new. Now I personally, like, I feel very educated in the space. I know a lot about how Bitcoin functions, Ethereum, and a lot of other currencies. There's like a lot of currencies in the top 10 that I still don't know about. So I'm still learning, so make sure you take everything I say with a grain of salt, as with everybody. Even if someone's been in the space for 5 years, take what they say with a grain of salt, but especially with me. Like, I don't know too much about Ripple. I just know it's used by banks. Dash, Digital Cash, Monero is anonymous. NEM, I don't know shit about that. I don't know shit about Bitcoin Gold, other than that it's apparently a Ponzi. Cardano, I don't know about. EOS, I don't know about. A lot of other stuff I don't know about. So I'm still learning, but I do still feel like I have a decent, a very small voice in the community, but I feel like I can, there are people that kind of agree with what I'm talking about when it comes to Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. And I've kind of, so when I first got into cryptocurrency, I was full Bitcoin. I was like, Bitcoin's awesome, Bitcoin's amazing, because, let me find out. Because Bitcoin is like growing a lot, pretty much was the reason why. So when I got into Bitcoin, it was at about 5,700. It was in this kind of weird range where it was kind of just going up pretty slow. It wasn't really slow, but it was kind of slow, just going up like pretty healthy amount, maybe $500. It'd go up about maybe 300 400 bucks every week. So it was going up healthy. Not too big, not too drastic of movements. We're going to talk about this later. I wanted to talk about when it first happened, but I didn't get to make a video, so I'm sorry about that. So I got in here about here, which isn't that long ago. But if you look at the price, that's a long time ago. $5,000 Bitcoin now seems like really cheap. But back when it was 5,000, it seemed really expensive, obviously, because of hindsight. And I got in here, and I was really into Bitcoin. I knew about the technology, and I researched Bitcoin, but I didn't get in because of the technology. Everyone that first got into Bitcoin because the technology stood for something. It stood for, taking the leeway out from under banks' feet. It stood for control of our own money and a next step into the future of economics, really, honestly. But nowadays, a lot of people, especially the ones that have been around Bitcoin for a long time, tend to disagree that Bitcoin is even that anymore. I'm not going to get into the politics anymore. I'm not going to get into like blockchain, and a lot of people are into the politics. I was into the politics for a couple days with Roger Ver, but I'm not talking about that anymore because that's not who I want to be in the space. I want to talk about the tech and what I think with the tech. Now, as for Bitcoin, as we all know, if you know anything about Bitcoin, transaction fees are terrible. People are paying $20 on transactions, and there's about 100,000 plus unconfirmed transactions on the blockchain right now. There are even stories, if you go on Reddit /r/Bitcoin, there are people that are complaining that they're putting out their transaction, and they've waited a day or so, and it's still there, and it's not confirmed because what's happening is there's so many transactions coming in that miners are only taking transactions that have high fees. So if you have a low fee, which could not even, like, it might even just be $1 fee, which isn't that low, that's still expensive, but compared to, you know, $15 or $20 fee, that's low. Miners won't pick it up because they'll go for transactions that give them the most revenue. So your transaction might be stuck there for upwards of a week. It's pretty bad right now. It's pretty bad. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is terrible. You know, how could Bitcoin even be this bad at scaling? Like this fucking bad. There's no excuse. This is Bitcoin we're talking about. This is a somehow a coin that is worth $17,000 approximately for the last week. It's been like that. And it can't even send transactions efficiently, or excuse me, effectively. You know, if you want to send $100, you might have to pay a $20 fee and wait a day. This isn't Bitcoin. This is not Bitcoin. This is the official Bitcoin, but now I'm starting to see where I was complaining, like people, I was complaining in my last videos, like people that are pro Bitcoin Cash, they keep saying it's the real Bitcoin. I say it's not the real Bitcoin. I get what you're saying. I get the technology. I get it, but it's not the real Bitcoin. But when I really thought about it, I took a week and I was really open and I was looking, doing so much research. I was looking at how the market was playing. I looked at this. We'll go 1 month. Bitcoin was a month ago $6,500, and then it charged up in 12 hours. It charged from 12,000 to 18,000. It charged up. I know it hit 19,000 on some exchanges. It charged up like $6,000 in half a day. That is not healthy growth. That's extremely suspicious growth. That's not healthy. And everyone that's getting into Bitcoin, you know, you go on r/Bitcoin and it's like everyone's talking about Lambos and to the moon and Bitcoin $100,000 next year and Bitcoin $1 million in 2020 and it's all this circle jerk about the price, and it's not about the tech. And it shows that people that are in Bitcoin, which I originally got in because of the money, I really did. I got in because I saw it as an opportunity to invest. But then when I looked into the technology, someone who is extremely interested in computer science, I found a love for the technology. But then I realized Bitcoin isn't really a cryptocurrency. It's just what they call a store of value, whatever that means. I don't personally know if Bitcoin can be a store of value. I'm not claiming to know anything about economics. I don't know very much, but I don't think it could be store of value. There's a lot of people that say it can, a lot of people that say it can't, so we'll see. But all I know is it's not a currency anymore. It's not. So I do want to say to everyone that's been watching my videos, which is a lot of people that are pro Bitcoin Cash, I sold off a bit of my Bitcoin. I still own a decent amount of Bitcoin, but I sold off a little bit right before actually it hit. I sold off at 12K because Steam, an online distribution platform that I use, here's my Steam thing, they pulled support on Bitcoin because the transaction fees were terrible and it was too volatile, which is ridiculous. It's totally true. It's so volatile that when you would think that bad news, like literally, we're supposed to get adoption for Bitcoin. If we want Bitcoin to become a cryptocurrency, an actual currency, we need Bitcoin to be adopted by more retailers. Well, guess what? Retailers are actually pulling out and moving to things like Bitcoin Cash. Steam pulled out because the transaction fees were too high. The block time, basically the amount of time, well, not the block time, but the transaction time is way too it's way too hard, and the price is going so volatile, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. Let me refresh. $711, $737. That's not that big of a deal, but still, it's like it's so volatile. It's going up hundreds of dollars an hour or down hundreds of dollars an hour. You know, that's not a currency. Shouldn't be like that, in my opinion. I don't think a currency should be that volatile, if at all. Honestly, like I said, I'm not into economics. But yeah.